So as a mom, I want to protect my kids, and drugs these days they're everywhere. So I don't know if I did the right thing. The jury's still out, but I caught I was just looking through my daughter's sketchbook. She's an artist, and I was looking at her sketches, not really trying to be snoopy, but I found 2 pages of where she was doing cocaine, and she's 19. She was working at a restaurant, and they didn't have it legally done, so she got everything, so she had all the money, and then we were living in subsidized apartments, and since she wasn't paying rent, she just had extra money. So that was scary. So what I did, a lot of times I just don't think about things that fully, but I have an emotional response, and so I photographed it and I sent it out to family members. I didn't post it publicly, but I did send it to a few people in the family, and I guess she got word of it, so she came home to our apartment. It's in Jackson Ward, and she was furious. And like 3 years ago before that, she had shoved me in the kitchen, and her dad was living in an apartment across the way, and I was trying to raise the kids with him, and it wasn't working well because he didn't really respect what I had to say. And so I just called the police to come in and talk to her. I didn't want her to but I had to have somebody with some authority say, you can't do this. And so they came and talked to her and said, you can't shove your mom. You can't really do that. That's illegal. And she was crying. But anyway, so I was in my bed when she came in. And actually, I think I went out, and the neighbors are like, you okay? Because she was so angry, and she punched a hole in the wall. And she came in my bedroom, and I was just sitting on the bed and just looked at her. And she didn't touch me or anything. But she took her preschool lamp. She'd painted this little preschool wooden lamp, and she threw it on the ground and broke it. And then she started going through my closet, and she started taking out outfits that she wanted. It was so cute. And, it definitely made an impression on her that I shared it. It was like, in Jamestown when they put people out, to be humiliated for things they do. But I didn't put it in public, but I did send it to family members. And the thing with my son was the dad was letting him do drugs, and he was buying him alcohol and cigarettes and stuff. And I was afraid he'd get into heroin. And I dated a guy that got into heroin a few times. He was having struggles. And the first time James met him, he wasn't on heroin. So he's very personable and funny. And my son liked him a lot. But then he fell back into heroin, and so we went to a movie together, and this guy was like bobbing his head and groaning and just, being basically, out of it, addicted to heroin. And James was like, get him out of here, get him out of here. And so I think that hopefully, my son could see the behaviors that he didn't want to exhibit, that this drug would come. Because sometimes people romanticize, oh, come on, try it, it's great. No, it's not really. You get hooked to it, and then you continuously have to depend upon that for your dopamines, and you lose all your freedom. You lose your freedom of choice of doing things, and because you're addicted. So I know that the guy was on heroin, and my son was living in a house with his bandmates, nice guys, and the guy was like kind of, I don't know if he was homeless. He lost all of his cars and his house. I don't know what. I got away from him. But then my son saw me and he said, you stay away from my mom, and he punched him. So just trying to keep my kids off drugs.